Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you my final league match of Amulet Dinos featuring Terra the Peaks for keeping modern Janky this week. These are familiar hands. We're going to keep it. Ghalta, interesting. We have there's a saga that can get us the Amulet if we so choose. Explore. Turn 2 with we can then explore, play the Gruul Turf if we want. Bounce, although with the Amulet we probably want to keep the Gruul Turf in our hand. Looks like it's going to be another aggressive deck. We're having a hard time with these aggressive strategies, and should probably come as no surprise. Another Urza Saga. So we could go ahead and run that out and just be all in on this plan of, well, next turn if we get it, well, let's see, we can play a bounce land this turn. I think that's what we're going to do since we have another one in our hand. So next turn, at the beginning of our upkeep, we can go ahead and make a construct depending on what we draw with the 2 mana. Then play the other Urza Saga, another yep. Another haste or another threat that's going to grow with both of them. I mean, these are the types of decks that can kill you by turn 3, if not turn 4, very consistently. Turn 4, if not turn 3, I suppose is the right way to say that. So we are going to be looking to find some blockers very quickly. We're already going to be down to, we're looking like 10 probably by the time we get to untap. Possibly dead. Is this a turn 2 win? That'd be pretty sweet for our opponent. We're taking 10 currently. They can Lava Dart again, yep, to put us to 18, taking 12. I think they're just assuming that we won't have any way to block, and they're probably not wrong. We'll make a construct, but then we're going to need to draw something that was, I mean, that's on the stack, but we'll go ahead and make the construct in response. That was probably a mistake though, alright, we wanted to see what we're going to draw. We'll see. If we were going to draw, for instance, I think we have enough lands that, we just drew a land anyway. Okay, well, we could go ahead and get the Shadow Spear, but not be able to equip it. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll get the Amulet of Vigor because that's what we're here to do. But we don't really have, we're just in trouble. We're under a lot of pressure. Another deck that's showing how slow Urza Saga can be. Yeah, I think we're on jump block duty. They have they're already up to 3. Now they're up to 4 cards. I thought they had 2 cards last time I checked. Let's see, do they have a way to kill our construct and grow their team? Manamorphose. It's even better for them. Yep. They gain trample, draw a card. So we are looking at almost dead at this point. And lightning bolt. Alright. Turn 3 win from our opponent. Very fast deck. Alright, so that's another, I mean that's there's some, that is a hand from our opponent that Brotherhood's in would be too slow actually to beat probably. Do we think they bring in Blood Moon? Do they even care? They're so fast. I feel like we don't want to, I mean we've done the same sideboard plan almost every time and I'm not sure it actually has been helping much. Maybe we need the Belligerent Yearlings just for blocking purposes. And maybe we take out the Terror of the Peaks as our combo and just try to go above them. Or go through them with our Dinosaurs. Bring in a couple Forces of Vigor. In case they, I mean this is could be such a dead card though. Bring in a Haywire Might as well. I hate to bring in the Force of Vigor, but yeah, Blood Moon is a thing. And I mean, if I was my opponent in that deck, I would be thinking, I don't need Blood Moon because I'm so fast. Alright, well, we need a much faster start. We need an Amulet in turn 1, plus some 3-mana Dinosaurs to try to hold down the fort. Well, there's Urza Saga, Mycosynth Gardens, Haywire Might to protect us and gain us a little bit of life. But we don't have colored mana sources. What are the chances we would draw one? So we turn 1 Urza Saga into Haywire Might. Turn 2 Mycosynth Gardens. Yeah. There's the Amulet. Okay, and we got the Belligerent Yearling. What do we want to put on the bottom? So we can just do the Urza Saga dance here and bounce, bounce. So we'll play the Urza Saga with the Amulet of Vigor. Gruul Turf. What do we want to put on the bottom? Cavern. Alright, so hopefully this Amulet of Vigor will live. And that we'll stick this Belligerent Yearling each turn going forward until we can get another Amulet and find some other bigger threats. Alright, the Mishra's Bauble Dance. Alright, so what we can do is Gruul Turf or Selesnya Sanctuary, tap Wayward Swordtooth. Gruul Turf into Belligerent Yearling, but then we don't get our sweet value of making it into a 5/2, only to have it die to something. We can also go the Construct route again until we have more lands. Let's play the Sanctuary. Make sure, I think I stacked everything correctly. Turn that to our hand. Play Wayward Swordtooth. Play another land. Play the yearling. Pass the turn. So that's a good, I mean, that's a good start for us. We can't block with the Wayward Sawtooth, obviously, but I don't know if we'd want to anyway. What we really want to see off the top, I imagine, is, so we get 2 land drops. That's 8 mana. I think what we want to see is a Ghalta at this point. So we go get the Amulet of Vigor, land drop, land drop. We could, if depending on if our opponent taps out, we could also get Shadow Spear, equip, play a land, equip, play another land, play Belligerent Yearling, and just start trying to gain some life to race our opponent. Alright, so they are missing a land, which means they have a handful of action. Brotherhood's End is nice as some insurance. So we're going to float our mana. I think we're going to go get the Shadow Spear, to be honest. Punch in some damage, gain a little bit of life, insulate us against their hyper-aggressive strategy. They may, I mean, double blocking doesn't kill anything, so they'll probably just take the hit. We will then make another land drop. Play another yearling. And pass the turn. Okay, so we have some life gain, we have some pressure, we have a way to equip to the next creature, so even if they find, they'll need to find 2 lightning bolts essentially to clear our board. And that means a land, I mean they have a handful of some sort of burn. Brotherhood's End is not looking particularly great right now. Sure. Attacking for 2, probably about to be 4. Light up the stage to draw some cards, find some lands. Do they find a land? They do, and a bauble. That's pretty good for them. So now they have the mana to bolt one of our yearling before it does damage. Alright, so we found a mountain, which is nice, because that means we can start at least committing some of our bounce lands to the board. Assume they're going to wait till combat and then kill. We've gone to combat, so they're going to kill it now. Wild Slash. It's 2 damage to any target. Okay, so do they have a Lava Dart or something? What is their free spell? It's because of the that's why I was like, they're not killing it, but because of the Prowess, or because of the -1/-1 counters, it shrinks our dude. So they go to 11. Now if we unequip, this thing dies. Because it's got +1/+1. So how do we want to do this? We could go ahead and just wipe their board and hope they don't have any follow-up. That seems like a not... I don't know if that's really the right play. We took out our... I think since we took out our Terror of the Peaks, we can play the red bounce land and keep this for our double green. We could also just go ahead and wipe the board and lose everything, lose all of our creatures. Alright, well, we're just going to leave it as is. It's only just drews 2 life a turn, but... Alright, so we really need... we would really like a Pugnacious Hammerskull or something. Pugnacious Hammerskull, Ghalta. Have a lot of live draws here, deck. We also have a lot of lands we could draw. Kiln Fiend. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, he gets +3/+0 until end of turn, yeah. It's pretty good. Yep. I guess this might be the time to pull the trigger on the bauble, or on the Brotherhood's End, if depending on what happens with this attack. So we could use this mana to unequip and equip to gain 4 life, and then Brotherhood's End with the bounce land, returning. Play this, well, and we wouldn't get... So I think we... Yeah, I don't think that's going to work with the double red. We'll see. Alright, opponent, follow up with the Lava Spike. Growing your stuff. Going to get in for 6, putting us to 13, it looks like, unless they have something else. We will be taking 13 and hopefully gaining 2 back before board wiping them. They're just drawing so many cards. Another Amulet is not really where we wanted to be at, to be honest. Can we just win this race? Not with the Kiln Fiend out, I don't think we can. So is there a world in which we can Brotherhood's End and then keep our belligerent yearling alive? I think there is. Alright, let's try it. It's 1 land. I mean, a Ghalta just feels like game over, right? Okay, did we play 2 lands this turn? I guess maybe we did. Okay, well we still have the red source there, so we'll go white. Pre-combat main phase. Alright, we're gonna equip to this. White, white. Red. Oh, it's gonna die anyway. I was gonna say we went through all that just to kill it anyway. Yeah, now we have to. We have to attack. I mean, we could just pass the turn, and save the Brotherhood's End for next turn. We'll go up to. Let's see. We go up to 17. They have 4 cards in hand. We might just be dead. So unfortunately, we misplayed there. But we got to take this opportunity while we can. And hope they don't. We really wanted to have a chance to get in a hit. We misplayed though. Drawing a card. Trying to find some threats. We really need a threat. We could really use Ghalta. Pugnacious Hammer Skull. Something to suit up this with this Shadow Spear that can actually attack or block. Oh, deck. Why do you mock me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 permanents. We could play a land and go to 8. And then 9. Alright, well I think we're going to do that, because at this point we have the mana for Ghalta. Now, just from having so much mana on the battlefield, that I think we'd rather return the mountain to our hand. Equip that. Play the mountain. And then hopefully live through a turn, essentially. We want to live through this turn in time to draw any sort of permanent that can let us get the turn on City's Blessing and attack. Lava Dart. I think we'll just F6 through this and see if our opponent can kill us dead this turn, which seems very likely. Well, that was on their turn, or on the end of our turn, I mean. Alright, now we'll F6. See if we can survive this turn. They are up to 4 cards. That seems like a lot. Metamorphose, pretty good for them. Essentially, it's a free +1/+1 for their Soulscar Mage. Make a land drop. That's probably also good. They still have the Lava Dart. They can try to just kill us this turn, is what they're probably going to go for. And they still have 3 mana. So much mana. Yeah, I think we're just dead. 1 card in hand plus the Lava Dart. I think that might be a game over. Yep. Man, that's frustrating. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised based on both our draw and our opponent's deck. It's a really fast strategy, so what can you do? It'd be nice to see what we draw. Return to game. Lava Spur Boots. So that would have made things, if we had survived the turn, that turn we could have suited it up and then swung out for lethal and gained life. But yeah, it's so frustrating too, because had we had, with the mana issues and the missing my math being problematic per usual, thinking that we might be able to survive the Brotherhood's End for some reason, we should have attacked and had 2 more extra life. and then we would not have died there. So, man, it's frustrating. I'm very tired. I had a rough night's sleep, but it's still no excuse. Very frustrating to lose to that kind of thing. I don't think we were favored in this matchup in any way whatsoever. We may have been able to steal that second game and then probably would have gotten steamrolled in game 3, but you never know with what you draw and what your opponent draws. So you want to give yourself the best chance, obviously, and I think missing that attack cost us 2 extra life, and we died at 0. So anyway, well, I'll talk some more about it at the wrap up, but that's Amulet Dinos. That's our league. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. This is Johnny Cycles for CyclesGaming.com. I'll catch y'all in the next one. This has been another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. If you haven't already, check out my original Magic the Gathering content over at CyclesGaming.com. I write about my various commander decks. I post articles and video of my gameplay of my various modern janky brews, and I'm publishing my science fiction fantasy novel, The Podkind, serially. If you enjoy the content, check out my YouTube channel, Johnny Cycles, and click that subscribe button. Everybody counts. As always, thanks for watching. This is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all on the next one.